Whatever wisdom you want to impart onto your younger brothers and sisters before you leave for college, do it. Whatever love, affection you want to convey to your parents, say it. Whatever gratitude and thanks you want to show those who care for you in the last 18 years, convey it. Now, I know that many of you are also not heading to a 4-year college. And I want to speak directly to those of you that are not heading to a 4-year college. There are plenty of reasons why you choose not to do so. You couldn't get into the university you want, couldn't afford to pay, your parents and family could not help you, you don't think you can handle the load or the transition, and I'm sure there are plenty of other reasons. But before you make that decision, your decision for life, let me share with you the story of a 16-year-old girl. She came to America as an immigrant. She left her home, her father, her brother. She came here empty-handed. The worst part is not that she didn't have anything. The worst part was she couldn't understand, nor could she speak the language. While her mom and her older sister had to adjust to the difficult life in America and work minimum wage job to put food on the table, she took care of her younger brother, sister, cooked, clean for the whole family. She started working at the age of 14 to save money for college. She usually didn't come home until 1 or 2 in the morning. That's when she started doing her homework. There was not enough time to sleep, no party, no time for friends, no movie night, no dining out. But she has 2 things that allow her to rise above it all. And so 4 years later, she graduated at 16 as valedictorian of her class. And at the age of 19, she obtained her BS, bachelor degree in electrical engineering, magna cum laude. She was the first one in her family to graduate from college with a 4-year degree. She told me, though, because she fell in love in her last year in college, it cost her the summa cum laude spot, which is the number 1 spot. So for those of you who go into college and want to stay and graduate at the top of your class, don't fall in love. She received her first patent at the age of 33, broke the glass ceiling in corporate America at the age of 37, made history in a field completely dominated by men at the age of 39, just to name a few accomplishments. When I asked her what drove her to accomplish against all odds, she shared with me 2 things. First, she has extreme pride in her heritage. That pride was the reason why she was determined to do everything she can to honor the country that greeted her at birth. Her accomplishment has less to do with intelligence, talent, or luck, but it has more to do with this pride. It gave her endless energy to work really, really, really hard and knock down any barrier along her way. Second, she is very, very grateful for the second chance of calling herself an American citizen. She was welcomed by the generosities of the people we call Americans and nurtured by the opportunities of this land we call America. She does not take living in America an entitlement, but it is a privilege. As an immigrant, she must give back to this community, this society, this civilization to keep the land fertile for other immigrants who will one day set foot here. The pride in her heritage and the gratitude, calling herself an American citizen, compel her to pursue the 4-year degree, have incredible work ethic as an engineer, and complete her graduate study so that she could reach her full potential and give back. It was also her ticket out of poverty. To my graduating seniors, I know from looking and dissecting the statistics on ethnicity and diversity of this graduating class, you too have your own heritage you can be proud of, and you too have your own dream. I urge you to invoke the pride in your heritage, work hard to achieve your dream. You can do it. I believe in you. If I may ask each of you to go home tonight, if I might have that privilege of asking you to do something, I would ask you to reflect on the words of the poem written by the 16-year-old boy and the brief life story of the 16-year-old girl that I just shared with you. The boy was born in a country so rich, so mighty, so powerful, called America. He has been showered with love and affection and attention since the day he was born, if not conceived. On the surface, it seems like he has it made. In reality, in order to become a decent human being, a useful citizen of the country, he does face a form of hardship. I call it the nouveau hardship. Nouveau is French for new, the new kind of hardship. This kind of hardship entails certain challenges. How do I not take things for granted when every wish of mine is granted? How do I make something when I can be given everything? How do I give to others when I have always received all my life? In other words, how do I not feel a sense of entitlement when I was born into a life of privilege? The simple way to think about it is, how do I not become a spoiled brat, a broken person, when I have every chance to be? The 16-year-old girl, on the other hand, was born in a very impoverished country, ravaged by 100 years of war. So far away, she came here with nothing. She faces the kind of hardship that each of you can identify with. It's the classical hardship. How do I know where my next meal is going to come from? How do I study when I don't speak the language? How do I take care of not only myself but my family? How do I go to school full-time when I'm working full-time? In other words, how do I rise and make a future for myself when I was born into a life of poverty? A simple way of thinking about it is, how do I make something out of nothing? Their lives are very different from each other, but their path to pursuing excellence are based on one common theme: three things. They're both hungry and thirsty for knowledge. They both internalize that education is the key to life success. And they both want to make a difference by giving back.